But our former DA member and ex-Midvaal Mayor Bongani Baloyi has been appointed ActionSA Gauteng chairperson in a move seen to bolster the party's structures ahead of the 2024 elections. This as the party seeks to make a bigger push to grow across the province, with branch development being core to its plans. For more on this, we're joined now by ActionSA's Gauteng chairperson Bongani Baloyi. Good to have you on. I nearly said mayor, but of course that is no longer your position. You're now chairperson for ActionSA Afrika. Good evening. Are you well, sir?
Well, good evening. Firstly, let me wish all the mothers a happy Mother's Day, and thank you for having me on the show.
You are a new leadership in the new party, but one would say you are not a new leadership as far as the politics of this province are concerned. Are you bringing anything new in terms of your approach to how you lead?
Look, I think we must be quite clear that following our Senate breakaway meeting that we had in February, a decision was taken by Senate that we're going to contest national elections in 2024, which means we need to strengthen all of our provinces. We need to coordinate our members, get membership going so we can launch our structures and be in a position to contest successful elections. And this move is done to exactly assert that resolution taken by Senate to strengthen. I mean, the former chairperson of the party, John Mooney, has been promoted to go and take over Director of Operations in the party, which puts him squarely in the position to look after the growth of the party in the entire country and launching of our structures and ensuring that we gear ourselves towards elections. And I need to fill the void in Gauteng. I'm no stranger in Gauteng, in politics. And I think one can continue on the solid foundation laid by my predecessor by consolidating the ground and looking firmly at 2024 as we prepare ourselves for that very crucial election for the country.
So your approach, or really your focus, will be to be premier of Gauteng, in simple terms, for 2024. That is the position that you'll be pushing for.
Well, before I can do that, ActionSA needs to grow in Gauteng. We need to be in every household. We need to recruit thousands, if not a couple of 100,000 members in Gauteng. We need to convince residents in Gauteng. And I'm certainly going to put my name in our internal processes of the party to contest for premier candidate and ensure that we deliver in 2024. There's a lot of work that needs to happen. It doesn't just happen, Thabo, by God's grace only. We need to work to ensure that what you say will happen.
Yeah. So you are in coalition in a number of the metros in Gauteng, which one would look at it and say it's a little bit difficult for you to really put an ActionSA stamp and say this is how we govern, because you are governing through consensus with your previous party, Democratic Alliance. How does that work in you growing your footprint and really putting your stamp on it as far as ActionSA is concerned?
Look, Thabo, on that point, I would beg to differ with you. If you look at the advancement we've already made in the city of Johannesburg as an example, I mean, the recent adoption by Council of the Informal Trading Policy is an ActionSA stamp. What Chief Tembe, or the former Chief Tembe, MMC Tembe, is doing in the city of Johannesburg, combating crime, illegal buildings, cable theft, is ActionSA stamp. What MMC Tlogge is doing in Neguruleni, same thing as well. And if you look at what is happening in Tshwane as well, MMC is actually making significant improvement within a difficult coalition, but it's because we've put the residents of this province before our own interest, and we're definitely making more aid work. But I think there's a difference if you look at the issue really. There's a difference of style of governance, accessibility of ActionSA councillors, MMCs who are on the ground and visible on the ground and with the communities and engaging directly with the communities with issues that affect communities of Gauteng.
As part then of your strategy, you're saying Senate rose and you've realized the need to capacitate the organization for a massive expansion plan. Are you looking at chipping away at membership in other organizations, or are you looking at getting those who are currently not voting for any party and have been despondent? And if you look to see that the margin is big enough for you to be able to grow your organization with that caliber of voter?
Look, I think ActionSA is performing really well in elections. Just last week at our by-election in Tshwane, we managed to move from 6% to 22%, all in 6 months. And what we managed to do as well, Thabo, is actually attract those who are registered but not voting to give them an alternative. Over and above attracting voters and from the DA, from the ANC, from the Freedom Front, we're also getting new voters as well, which is something quite unique and particular about ActionSA. So it actually demonstrates and illustrates that we are a party that is able to get voters who are despondent back, get their faith back into politics, and ensuring that ActionSA is a viable vehicle to save South Africa and dislodge the ANC, as we have committed to do and as we have done in the city of Tshwane, Ekurhuleni, and city of Johannesburg.
Why do you believe that ActionSA will be able to do what EFF, however largely they've grown over the couple of years, and the Democratic Alliance have failed to do, at least in the last 3 decades, to dislodge the ANC?
Look, what ActionSA achieved in the 2021 local government elections is quite historic. No other party was able to get 20% in Soweto, over and above the ANC, those who contest the ANC that space. We got 20% in Soweto, 20% in Morningside. Now tell me which other party has been able to attract such a diverse number of voters across diverse communities. Not even EFF was able to do so. In Tshwane just last week, we were able to demonstrate in a world that's versatile and diverse that we grew from 6% to 22%. Now, I'm not telling you what Professor Friedman would tell you and making assessment or analysis or assumption. I'm giving you facts, things that have happened, which no other party has managed to achieve. So we're moving full steam. We've really resuscitated hope in many South Africans, and this is ensuring that South Africans turn up to vote by demonstrating with their feet that they really hear the message of ActionSA. Well, I mean, we're a party which is also within our leadership positions, a party that's spoke also by people, ordinary South Africans who are not politicians, which is giving a refreshing perspective for ActionSA and very attractive compared to many political parties. We are the party of the future. I'm sure you'd agree that as you're talking to me, you're also forgetting that ActionSA is not more than 2 years old, and you think it's much more older than that because of the advances we've made in the past 2 years. And don't be shocked with the advancements we're going to make in Gauteng and the country in the next 2 years as well.
Yeah. Speaking of advances, do you see it as a setback, the recent crossing over of floors? Certain members, I see Patriotic Alliance was flaunting some of your members who've crossed floors. It's a few members. Are they significant enough as the incoming leader in Gauteng? Are you at all concerned that it could be an indication of something else that is happening within the party?
Look, I think any person in South Africa has a right to exercise the right of, or freedom rather, of association. We've lost members, which is unfortunate, but members will come and go. We are going to continue and focus on what we need to do. We're definitely going to be engaging with our structures, finding each other and resolving where there may be some challenges. But I can tell you that those members who left have definitely contributed to the party. We enjoyed their contribution. We wish them well. But in life, these things happen. People will come, people will go. We wish them well. We who have remained continue with the task that we've set ourselves.
At the back of your mind, are you thinking of this, can be unfounded, and you will tell us, of course, clearly on that, this unfounded positioning that certain leaders of opposition parties seek to take around ActionSA, that you are a splinter group of the Democratic Alliance?
We're not a splinter group of the Democratic Alliance, but we are very grateful to the fact that the Democratic Alliance triggered in their conduct and behavior that people leave to start a viable alternative for the country. And for that, we must be eternally grateful to the Democratic Alliance, because this vehicle would not have happened. We're not a splinter of the Democratic Alliance. We are not a Democratic Alliance light. We are fundamentally different from the Democratic Alliance. We are grounded in our values. The support for us is happening. In fact, we are the most diverse party in this country. After just one election, if you look at the total number of votes we got, that puts us at just number 6 in the country in terms of biggest political party. We are fundamentally different. We are in the process of going through our policies to be able to deliver alternatives to South Africa by demonstrating in policy formulation what we actually believe and we will take the country. And I think we don't struggle with issues of race as well. We are unencumbered. So there's a clear, as they say, there's a blue line of blue waters that separate us and the Democratic Alliance. We co-govern with them because they are the better devil compared to the ANC, and ours is to root out the ANC and work with them where we need to work with them to ensure that we root out the ANC. But equally over and above that, those who govern in a coalition must deliver and improve the lives of South Africans.
Yeah. Are they blue waters, or is it a sea of red that separates you and the Democratic Alliance? The leader of the party has been known to have very close, cozy relations with the EFF.
Look, we're very clear about our position with EFF, where we find that we can coexist, we do so, but we're not even EFF-like. It's what they use to scaremonger. It's like a form of swart gevaar that the DA uses to scare people. But South Africans aren't stupid. Where we need to work together to stabilize government, we've tried to do so. But there's nothing beyond that. In fact, our leader has taken a position against what Parliament absolving the leader of EFF and really taking task with the government, with Parliament in doing so. So you can try and put us in any box. It's not going to work. People can come up with all of this propaganda that they have. It's not going to work. The voters are very clear with what they see. We are the government. We are the future government. We are preparing ourselves to govern in 2024. And we are deliberate about it. We are intentional about it. We are going to present ourselves in 2024 in the best possible shape, ready to govern this country.
Newly appointed chairperson of ActionSA in Gauteng, Bongani Baloyi, I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for coming on tonight.